is not my real name. Vox Akuma, meaning literally voice demon, was a name given to me. And before, I've told you that it was given to me as a sort of folkloric moniker, that people who had heard of me would call me in a hushed, frightful tone. Beware the voice demon. And I quite liked it. But today, I'll be telling you the story of how I came to hear that name for the first time. And before you ask, I don't know what my real name actually is. My parents know it, and they have alluded to the fact that they know it with smug smiles. I've asked them many times to tell me, and all they've ever said is that they'll tell me, well, not that they'll tell me, somehow they've told me that when I'm ready, I will know it. I don't know what they mean by that. I have no idea what to expect from that, but perhaps one day it will just magically occur to me and I'll go, oh, but you never know. Change now. So one day, I was drinking in the tea house, and I heard Kinjo arrive. And a few minutes later, one of his servants walked in, a guy called Shotaro. He got drunk immediately, and he started terrorizing everybody. He ran around, grabbing people's drinks out of their hands, telling them to get out. I want the girls for myself. I couldn't stand him, as you can imagine, and he was getting very, very comfortable on this day in particular. Sat in a corner with a drink that they had just poured, and I was really, really pissed that I couldn't just walk up and kill him myself. She had a actual burlap sack over her shoulder, like evil Santa.
Huh?
This is my version of A Christmas Story. She's like Krampus. She's like Krampus. But if you're on the naughty list, she steals your balls.
Huh?
Somehow it worked on all of them. She must have been so beautiful. You know, actually, knowing you lot, it kind of makes me understand those pirates a little bit better. Some of them, I imagine after a while, some of them must have sussed out what was going on, but maybe she was so beautiful they didn't care. How does that remind me of you?
Huh?
Well, you know, there's this demon I know who, if he ever got in close proximity with me, would probably suck my soul out, but I don't know. He's kind of bad. And you saw the film, the short, very short, that I called The Death of Vox Akuma. And it mentioned that I would never fall behind on my duties. I was the ruler of a clan, and that, while being a way to spend time with humans, was also my work. And I think that at the time, although I didn't know it, I was forming this intense connection to where if I do not work and if I do not perform my duties as is expected of me, the link between work and performance and happiness becomes impossible to separate. And I think I can see that now, to where, yeah, a symbiotic relationship with the clan, but also with what I need to do to run it. And so I think what I'm realizing is that when I perceive myself as having done something to harm my work, in this case, the way that I make you feel, it affects me a little more than it should. And I don't mean that I shouldn't care, because I do. And I liked it. And so I stuck with it. Anyone have any questions? Stop telling me my name's Steve. My true name, I'd like to imagine it's important, but I wish I knew what it was. What happened to the boy? Well, like I said, the boy went off into the world, and he would bring me resources, he would allow me safe passage where he had power, and he would tell everyone of my power. People were scared of me before, but now, specifically, this melding of languages became something that was uniquely terrifying for people. It almost made the fear of me somewhat worldwide. The missionaries who spoke in the language of the church enough to have named me Vox feared the devil. Imagine that, right? Holy men, presumably, with the power to exorcise and destroy demons, feared this one enough to talk of him and share his legacy as far as they could. And one day, what I would really like to be able to do is to track down writings and artwork that mention me, because there are many. Not just in Sengoku and subsequent era Japan, but also in other parts of the world. There are plenty of native classical paintings, writings, and so on that make mention of me, and in all of them, that name spread. In whichever country or culture I was spotted, the name would spread. Vox Akuma. So, of course, when I introduced myself to you, I thought, why change it? I like it. If I find some, I'll make sure to share it with you. Thank you, Kendra, for the super. Thank you, Leo Shah and Danya. I told Kenshin another name. I did, yes, but I don't remember what it was. He had heard